And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. Here we go on a big weekend of racing. All eyes here on Laurel Park. Second biggest pick six carryover in the country. Starts in race 4 today. It's a nice sequence. We have that nice maiden special weight in race 7. There it is, $109,253. I have a ticket. Everybody should have a ticket today for our 20-cent Rainbow Pick Six.
Absolutely. We haven't seen one grow like this in quite some time
Been a
around
while.
here. So
Been
yes,
a while.
don't be left out of the party. Make sure you jump right on in. That's getting started. Stand right in today's fourth race, correct?
Yep,
So,
I have a ticket
yeah.
for it. $64 ticket on there.
All right.
You got to spend a little bit more. It gets up in the six-figure territory. You got to spend a little bit more. I know you like the early pick 5 today.
I do. A little bit of value, a smaller ticket to get you started. Hopefully, launch you, get you a little bit of a bankroll. Well, that'll be ending, but you're going to have something to get you through that pick 6. But a little bit shorter fields ladder. We had a couple scratches, but I struggled a little bit with this card with finding a strong single. Maybe Kieran's entry looks awfully powerful in race 8. But yeah, other than that, and the main track today is fast. I know we had some snow,
Let's
snow
Let's see what it looks like here, guys. Track. There we go.
There's your track condition, but we've got a little thaw going on, Stan. So watch the monitor. We're going to keep close tabs on this racetrack condition throughout today's racing card. So just going to start it fast. Just walked it a little bit. There's still some moisture in there. Will it come to the surface? It's going to be the question. As this temperature rises, it certainly could happen.
All right, the sun is out here in Maryland. First race, post time 1:10. Let's get right to it here in race 1. The pick 6 isn't the only carryover today. We have a nice little carryover for you in the rolling super high 5 that starts in race 1. We have the super high 5 every race with 7 or more horses. It's a low 15% takeout. There's the carryover in race 1, $2,244. That's in the opener. Also, race 1 kicks off your early pick 5. Mandatory payout on your early pick 5. And just like the late pick 5, an industry low 12% takeout. You get some big monster payouts here in this early pick 5. Keith, you have a ticket for it?
Yeah.
Let's see how you played it.
Let's take a look. Get you started. The 5 and the 7. They look like the two consistent ones at the distance right now. I left out Linda Rice's filly, the 3 Florida Lay. We're going to go with the 5 and the 7 to get you started. 3 and 5 in race 2. In the third race, spread a little bit deeper with the 2, 3, and 7. ZJ wins coming in out of New York for a trainer I'm not really familiar with, but hitting with an okay percentage over last year. Fourth race, another race we're going to spread a little bit further. 3, 4, and 5. I do like Lost on the Stairs after that trouble beginning last time out. Rounding it off, there's your single in race 5, the 3. She's got a shot, main foe. You could go too deep in there. Kieran's runner, Paluxy Princess.
All right, so that's I have Paluxy Princess as my best bet of the day. That was my single. So we have dueling singles there in race 5. So lots to talk about when we get to that. Let's take a look here at the opener. We're going 2 turns in race 1, a mile and a 16th, claiming 11,000 straight 3-year-old fillies. I go to the leading rider, Georgie Vargas Jr., ends up on the 3, Florida Lady for trainer Linda Rice. Good-looking maiden win going 2 turns. That was 2 starts ago back in January down there at Tampa against Maiden 16. And the race lashed out up at Aqueduct, just too tough. Gets a drop here today. Gets the leading rider. I'll go with the 3 Florida Lady on top.
Ran kind of a gaudy number. Looked at some other handicapping sources. That race sticks out, the 2-back try. But it was, it's Tampa, different track. It was against an off-the-turf field. A field I really couldn't find a whole lot to compare to. Right. So I'm going to take a shot and try to beat the 3. I think the 7 Island Queen and Mo Money Monica are the types that are kind of holding for him. I like the improvement in the 5 Mo Money Monica. Can she make up 7 lengths from that defeat 2 races back to the hands of Island Queen? But, boy, she looks awfully good off of that last race. But Island Queen, I think this little drop back in class to the $11,000 level. She'll be perched, stalking, make a move up to Mo Money Monica. I think she gets the lead around the final turn. The road's going to go through her turning for home. Can Island Queen wear her down? 5 and 7 to get you started. Grecian Dancer, kind of a questionable try last time. I expected much better first off the claim for Hugh. Going to have to show me a little bit more from the rail.
All right, we like some of the same horses there in the opener. Let's take a look here at race 2 to kick off the early pick 4. This is going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 15,004 straight 3-year-olds. We have a stat to show you here on the 5, Witchy's Last Stand for trainer Jonathan Maldonado. Here it is.
Well, this is why I got this late equipment change on the 5, Witchy's Last Stand. The blinkers are on. the 5, which he's last, and it's first off the claim, a little jump off the claim, but here's a little stat from Maldonado. The last 2 years, first-time blinkers. How about that? 4 for 9, ROI of $3.22. I was wondering, this guy kind of his closing punch. Where did it go the last 2 tries, Stan?
Right.
Now all of a sudden the blinkers go on. Has some speed to target with the 1. Alberto Salquinto, Sir Brahms will have a little speed, and especially to the outside the 6, Easter Vigil. I like Witchy's last stand here. The positive move, the encouraging move of going up in class. They could have waited just another day. Okay, and run this horse on a little bit of a drop. So take a shot, a little bit of price for the 5, which he's last down. With that blinker change, you might not quite get that 6 to 1.
And that's a late change of
yes,
equipment there
yep.
on the 5, which he's last stand. Blinkers go on, so we'll see if that makes a difference. I didn't use the horse, but maybe with the blinkers on, which he's last stand can wake up a little bit here. I go to the inside, the 1, Alberto's Alquento. Rosario Montanez aboard for our leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. Gonzalez with a 4-win day last weekend. He's 34% positive ROI off the claim. I'm just going on that alone. Let's see if Claudio Gonzalez can get the 1, Alberto's Alquento, going in the right direction.
Oh, he had a streak of like 0 for 18, 0 for 20 or something. Boy, he turned that around quickly. Did he on Sunday, I think, with 4 winners. Alberto's Alquento could be the speed of speed. A little excuse last time leaning into gate, but came away Oakley, was right with the lead after about 2 strides. Really recovered nice. My biggest concern, you've got Montanez riding this horse, right?
Sure, yeah.
I got it. And going back, where's Torres? Torres stays with Tapit on the side, so that's an interesting move. His main rider sticks with Tapit on the side, who I think is going to be another one that's going to be rallying from the back of the pack. No regrets for now. Hasn't done anything wrong in 2 dirt starts. The subtle little drop is good. The barn is red hot. Cal Lynch, trainer of No Regrets for now over the last 30 days, 33% with 12 starters. Made a nice little run. Didn't have the fastest of paces to run into last time. Got a really good ride from Vargas. Slipped through inside of horses around the turn to angle out. Just wasn't quite good enough to beat Take Warning for Jerry Robb, who's in awfully good form right now.
All right, so we both like the 3. No regrets for now with Vargas aboard there in the second race. Let's take a look here at race 3. We're going 5.5 furlongs here in the third, claiming 10,004 and up. Never won 3. Lifetime, I go to the 2. Visual Effect here for trainer Mark Reed. Steve Cowboy Hamilton on this 5-year-old. Getting a drop in class here. The last race against 16,003 Life. That was coming off a long layoff. Didn't run very well that day, but now second off the layoff. We take a drop. Catches a soft group. I'll go with the 2, Visual Effect on top here.
Yes, take out some of the speed. Maybe the 5 Rendini is scratched. Scratch the 5 Rendini in race 3. The favorite's going to be the 2 and the 3 Off-Road Visual Effect. They come out of that same race March the 10th. Visual Effect, he was coming off a long layoff. He doesn't have a lot of speed. He dropped well off of it. The only concern I had about him when he was kind of making his run through the stretch, he was trying to lay in a couple times.
Right.
Stevie had a tough time straightening him out. I want to see a straighter path for him, but I just don't know if he's got the speed, to kind of target and run down. Off-road went awfully quick. He got cooked late. He was really getting the staggers late at the 6 furlongs. He was battling with Far From Awesome through internals of 22 and 4, 45 and 3. He looks to me like he can kind of go ahead and clear this field and dictate. And I like ZJ Wins, a little bit of a stranger here. Joseph Parker gets Acosta. ZJ Wins, not a bad try. Last time we saw this was back in December. He had to rail, kind of a flash little speed drop back, came again move. He's going to be forward. I think JD will have this horse into the race mid-turn. Question is a little bit of the layoff.
Yeah, I think the 7 will get a nice trip on the outside. He might be going in the right direction. Have some horses in this race that are dropping. Yeah. The 7Z, Jay Wins stepping up in class for Joe Parker. Good win here at Laurel back in November against Nickel 2 Life. So the 7 should get a nice trip on the outside. We like the same, some of the same horses here. Yeah. In race 3.
That race stand real quick on the 16th, yep. That really has turned out to be a key race.
December 16th.
Yeah, December the 16th. Pachi Cruz is out of there, who beat Classic Wildcat just recently. I think Seabray was in there, who just won. So, follow that race up. There's been some winners out of that race.
All right, so we have 3 races down, still 6 more to talk about. And those are the big 6 in today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Carryover today, over 109,000. It's the second biggest in the country. I have a ticket. We'll take a look right after this.
In the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Either way, you win. Have a stake in the race with ExpressBet.
All right, welcome back. We're getting a lot of attention, a lot of national attention on our 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. It's the second biggest in the country. There it is, $109,253. They'll put about $40,000, $50,000 new money into it today. It starts in race 4. It's a nice sequence. I have a ticket here. Let's take a look. A $64 ticket for me. You got to spend a little bit more when these carryovers get up into six-figure land. So there's my ticket. I'm going to go 5 deep here in race 4. I think I have a couple live prices here. The 4 Lost on the Stairs, my top pick. The 5 Springtime Win, a good maiden winner last out. The 1 Sendera, I think, is live. The 3 Thirsts for Truth, you have to use with Vargas aboard for Cal Lynch, and the 9 Clairvoyant could be dangerous as well. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 9 here in race 4. I'm going to single on my best bet of the day, the 2 Paluxy Princess, and race 5 Vargas aboard for Kieran McGee. This horse stretching out to a mile today, trying to beat the favorite in there. She's got a shot. It's going to be your heavy favorite there for Corrales. I'll go with the second choice, though, the 2 Paluxy Princess. Then going 4 deep there in race 6. I like a couple prices, I think, there in race 6. Yeah, one of my long shots of the day in race 6. Yeah. The 6 Kazi Cottonwood, 12-1. First off the claim for your leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. So let's see if I can maybe get a price home there in race 6. Going just 2 deep. Race 7, our feature of the day, a maiden special weight for filly and mares 3 and up. Some well-bred first-time starters in there. I'll go with the Sagamore Farm first-time starter, the 3 It Was Considered. I also like the 4 Magical, a first-time starter for Brittany Trimble. Then going 2 deep in race 8. That's a nice 7,500 starter allowance going a mile. I like the 10-year-old, the 3 Sam Sparkle. But the James Wolfe entry, a primetime man and Spirit Grabber, the 1-1A, they'll be awfully tough in race 8. Then going 4 deep there in race 9 using the 1, 2, 5 in the 8. See if I can get some prices home here on my pick 6 ticket. It's a nice sequence. I love that feature race 7. That's a real nice maiden special weight. We'll talk more about that when we get to that. There's my ticket. You can see it more on the laurelpark.com website underneath the handicapping section. So there it is. We also kick off the middle pick 4 here in race 4. We're going 7 furlongs, claiming 16,000 filly and mares 4 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. We have a video spotlight here on both our top pick here, the 4 Lost on the Stairs for trainer Jerry Brooks. Here's the race from March 5th, a good second at this level, going 6 furlongs.
Yeah, rank at the break, and that was the downfall of Lost on the Stairs, and also maybe the downfall was Stay West ran lights out for Scott Lake that day, and I did not expect that kind of effort. Boy, it was a big one for Stay West. But I like the rating job Weston Hamilton does this horse. Pick it up in the back of the pack, number 7, and he really makes a good, sustained run. Probably nearing the 3/8, almost, leaving the 3.5, and makes a move up to contention right about at the quarter pole, swinging wide, about 5 wide, turning for home. And Stay West, though, you see him on the lead. He's still being nursed by his rider. It was tough to just kind of take it in from there, Stan. I mean, Stay West had the race won pretty much from the get-go. Nobody challenged her. But Lost on the Stair was very willing to the wire, looking at her breeding. I think she'll go ahead and stretch out the additional furlong to the side. Key is she's got to come out cleanly today.
Looks like she'll love the added ground today. The 4 Lost on the Stairs, getting 7 furlongs. Gets the meet's second leading rider, the Bug Boy Weston Hamilton, so you get 7 pounds off. So we're both on the 4. We both like the 5 here as well. Springtime Win for Jonathan Maldonado, a good-looking maiden win last out. Took this horse 13 tries to break her maiden, but she finally did. When they dropped her in for maiden 10, she won easy that day, going 7 furlongs. Was claimed. A little bit of a step up here. Pimentel, good rider aboard the 5. I think the 1 going in the right direction as well. Sendera off her maiden win last out.
Yeah, Springtime Win, though. The last 8th caught my eye eagerly, but no, she did what she was supposed to. They jammed her down. She beat a weaker group, and she rolled. Now she's back to to 7 furlong distance, in which she won. I think she can run a big one right back. You've got Clairvoyant to the outside. It's hard to figure her. Sheila's a chaser. She lacks that last final oomph, but she may go ahead and try to send and steal this race on the front of it. Thirst for Truth, question mark. The drop. Cal Lynch, she's 4 for 20 the last couple of years. Allowance to claimers. Was scratched, I think, from an easier spot a couple of weeks ago. Thirst for Truth going to be a shorter price. Doesn't have a lot of speed, but did run okay. A decent middle move against the grain last time out.
All right, so I'm 5 deep here in race 4 using the 1, 3, 4, 5, and the 9. See if I can get a little bit of a price here in the first leg of today's big monster rainbow pick 6. All right, here we go. You've already done the work. Jump back in here for the late pick 5. No carryover today, but as always, an industry low 12% takeout on both pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Late pick 5 starts in the 5th. We're going a flat mile here in race 5. Claiming 10,000 filly mares 4 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. My best bet of the day here, the 2 Paluxy Princess. Second choice to 3. She's got a shot. Going to be your popular favorite here in this race. But I'll go with the leading rider, Vargas. He's riding for his main man, Kieran McGee. They're 26% together here in Maryland. Let's go Sapper filly. Good third coming from off the pace. Last out going 6 furlongs. She stretches back out to a mile today with the leading rider. Let's see if the 2 can get the job done here. My best bet of the day.
I'm definitely going to use the 2, but I saw a stat on Kieran that kind of shocked me. He's 1 for 13, second off the claim, and going from sprint to route.
Right.
Kind of odd. She certainly fits in this race, and Vargas will probably be aggressive with her from the gate, because if you look at this field, there is nobody that really ever shows any kind of natural speed. You got to go back on her for She's Got a Shot a little bit more last time out. She's proven. She's more proven at a route of ground than the rest of this bunch. I'll take her, but tepidly over the 2 Paluxy Princess.
All right, so 2-3 for me, 3-2 for you. We both like the 4 and the 1 as well there in the 5th race. Let's turn the page here. Race 6 is going to kick off the late pick 4. We're going 7 furlongs here in the 6th race to kick off the late pick 4. Claiming 5,000 filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. Video spotlight here on the 2, Jana Lee. I use this horse in my top 4. Here's the race from March 11th at Laurel.
And pick Jana Lee up on the turn there, in hand and just real eager, number 5. And just almost a little bit ranked. Tough to control for Louis Rodriguez. Had a lot of trouble. And this, I think, just took plenty of the run out of her early. Well, affected her late, I should say, through the stretch. She was real eager, wanted to go inside. She gets the trip inside, joins and hooks up, and gets in a pretty spirited duel, 24-1, 47-4. That's pretty sharp fractions for these horses last time out. Softened the horse up, backed up a couple lengths in the stretch, only about a length and a half the last eighth of a mile. Not too bad. Get some more experienced rider, take some speed to run at Wedgwood Blue Lady, the hierarchy. They always like the front end. I think Jana Lee can turn back to the 7, sit back off the pace, and make a more effective move.
All right, so you have the 2 on top. I use the 2 in my top 3. Absolutely. I'm going with a long shot here in this race. It's a soft group, nickel 2 life. It's wide open. Anything can happen. So I'll go with the leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez, first off the claim. Big numbers he has first off the claim. The 6, Kazi Cottonwood, claimed off a 7% trainer. Now you're in the leading trainer's barn. You get a 10-pound Bug Boy. Don't know much about the Bug Boy Quills, but he's riding for the leading trainer. Gonzalez can get anybody he wants. He puts a 10-pound Bug Boy on this filly first off the claim. I'll take a shot here with a long shot, the 6, Kazi Cottonwood.
And this is where you're probably going to see the power of Claudio off the claim in the betting angle. I probably should have lowered her to about 8. I don't know if I could have even gone much lower than 6. Just looking at her dirt form, just not a whole lot there to go on. But, yeah, you cannot leave this horse out. You cannot.
Yeah.
Your multi-race gimmicks don't.
That does have to put you in a tough spot.
It is.
Making the
You're
odds. You have the leading trainer. Everyone's going to back Claudio. But you're right. This filly's form is not good. And the only reason I'm picking her on top because it's first off the claim for Claudio.
You're assuming, and that's the one thing in racing. We got some of these guys. They claim and they do wonders with horses. And as a line maker, it's frustrating sometimes. You are just trying to gauge. How far are they going to move the horse up? 2 lengths, 3 lengths, 4 lengths, what's it going to be? And then kind of say, okay, sit back. How does that compare with the rest of the field? I should have had this filly lower, no doubt.
Some old pedigree lines here for Kazi Cottonwood. By Light the Fuse out of a Horatius mare.
Well, Horatius is one of my favorites in the mud.
Yep.
So this track, if it turns a little bit more, she hasn't had a lot of luck. But, moving in the barn of Claudio, we've seen it happen.
All right, come on, number 6, Cassie Cottonwood, my long shot here on my pick 6 ticket. All right, let's take a look at the feature of the day. We're going to spend some time here on this race. Race 7, a nice maiden special weight for filly mares 3 and up. We're going 6 furlongs. Race 7 kicks off the final pick 3 of the day. We do have some scratches in race 7, horses that are re-entered for tomorrow. So scratch the 2, Bash, the 5, Kuznetsov, the 7, Sister Patricia, a key scratch, and also scratch the 8, Nightmare. So down to a small field, some nice runners still, and those scratch horses, they're re-entered tomorrow, but still a nice group, a bunch of first-time starters, and we're both going with the 3. It was considered maybe not as well-bred as the Peter Blum homebred, but trainer Horacio De Paz, he's 38% with a nice positive ROI with his debut runners. He's done very well as a private trainer for Sagamore Farm. This filly bites his way. They paid $95,000 for her down there at OBS. Some nice works here at Laurel Park, including a recent work last Saturday, 5 furlongs from the gate, 1:01. That was a bullet, fastest of 19 works. We get Lasix in debut, journeyman rider here, Steve Hamilton. He's been winning some races for Sagamore and De Paz, so we both like the 3. It was considered here.
A long time to the races. You got a couple 4-year-old firsts here. It was considered a magical for Brittany Trimble. Just playing the percentages. Stevie Hamilton jumps aboard here for Sagamore. Some solid works, taking their time, and they're going to protect the filly. So I'll stick with the 3. The 6 is a horse that interests me a little bit, though. Jerry Robb, barn doing well right now as we speak. A bullet work, March 10th, going 3/8. You see Speightstown in the breeding on the bottom side. Now the mare, I think she was only 1 for 5. She ran very well first time, second time out, had a lot of speed. You've got the bottom in Escondrea. Owner-trainer have teamed up quite well over the years to do, all right. They won with some firsters, right? I think I got a stat on a horse maybe on Sunday dealing with the owner and trainer combination. So I'm going to go 3-6-6-3 in race 7.
Jerry Robb and Xavier Price, they've been heating up this winter. They get a nice outside draw here with the 6. Ginger Ask, a couple nice bullet works on the tab. Lasix end debut. So, lots to like about the 6. Let's talk about the Tappet first-time starter. Number 4, Magical, a homebred for Peter E. Blum Thoroughbreds. Brittany Trimble is the trainer. Trimble with 2 wins this meet here. She just went out on her own as a trainer. She was assistant trainer for Ron Milquette here in Maryland. Now she's doing well on her own. This filly by Tappet, the Damn Magical Feeling by Empire Maker. She was a runner. She won 12 races from 22 starts, made over $500,000. We knew her here. She won the Grade 2 Barbara Fritchie here, Magical Feeling. This filly has an older full brother who's 1 for 6, and I believe a younger sibling as well that was by Tappet. So Peter Blum likes the breeding here to Tappet with this mare, the 4 Magical. Patient handling here, but she's bred to be a good one.
Yeah, and that full sib did run fast. Got in the lower 90s as well.
And we have a soundbite here from trainer Brittany Trimble. We caught up with her this morning talking about her first-time starter, number 4 Magical, in race 7 today.
She's doing really well, especially considering we missed a couple of days this week with the weather. But she's fresh, she's happy, she worked good last week, and you never know with a first-time starter, but, she is where she is, so we'll see what happens today.
All right, she's talking about that work. Her last couple works, her last 4 works have been very good, and recently, last Sunday, a 5 furlong work, 101 and 3. I see a nice half-mile work from the gate back in February. So, no surprise, this well-bred filly's been working well here at Laurel.
No doubt about it.
So both the 3 and the 4, they don't have to ship. They run right here. This is where they train. The 6 as well for Jerry Robb. The 9, the Wildcat Sunshine, trains here at Laurel Park as well. A 3-year-old filly by the Wildcat. First-time starter for Jose Corrales. Horacio Caramanos, he came back to the races last weekend. He found the winner's circle already. He gets a good outside draw here. This filly's been working well and gets Lasix in debut. Just another well-bred first-time starter that appears to be training well here at Laurel.
Yeah, lone sibling was 2 for 17, made $56,000. Both wins going long, but steady line of works. And when he throws these horses in the maiden special weight, you got to give a little bit more credence. You see that he's got a $2.27 ROI with these maiden special weight runners. Doesn't win a whole lot first out of the boxes, Jose, but when he puts them in and protects them here, I give him a second, third look, and definitely use in the exotics. And like I say, it's a shorter field now. We're scratched down. The one cut time improved. You know, reached in, was claimed 2 back by Souter. That wasn't an awful performance last time out. Has experience, could be the speed, and might take him a long way in here.
Yeah, it gets
These
back
other
to
horses have something to prove.
Gets back to a fast track today,
Yeah.
the 1 cut time. So race 7, our maiden special weight feature of the day to kick off the late pick 3. Let's take a look here. Race 8, a nice 7,500 starter allowance race going a flat mile to kick off the late daily double. The James Wolfe entry of the 1 Primetime Man for Kieran McGee and the 1A Spirit Grabber for Anthony Ferrier. They're going to be very tough, but I'll go with the 10-year-old. Let's see if Sam Sparkle, a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park, made over $500,000. He's in very good form. Was claimed last out for open 11,000. A good second that day, claimed by Mike Gorham. A little step up here. Sheldon Russell gets aboard. Last time Russell was aboard, they won back in late January. So I'll go with the 10-year-old Sam Sparkle to maybe pull the mild upset here in race 8.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. And Mike Gorham, he doesn't claim a whole lot of horses of late, but he's doing it at a really good rate. You see that, 7 claims, 29%. Is this horse going to maintain the form? That's the big question. Uncle Woodrow, I don't know off the layoff. Abdar, I don't know what happened last time out.
Right.
He's got some speed. This race has got a little bit of lick in it with Spirit Grabber, Abdar, and even Deal Driven. I think it falls into the lap of Primetime Man. I know he couldn't get by Spirit Grabber 2 races back. Those internals were awfully slow. I like to see the sharpness that he had last time. A little bit more keen early into some better internals. Primetime Man, I think, is poised to run another big race for Kieran McGee and run this speed down.
Yeah, you get Vargas aboard, the 1 Primetime.
2 other than, yeah.
Yeah, dropping from the 2 other than. He's in very good form. So it's going to be a heck of a horse race here. I think we're going to see a showdown in the stretch with Primetime Man, Sam Sparkle, Spirit Grabber, some tough 7,500 starter allowance customers there in race 8. Let's take a look here at the 9th and final race. A wide open maiden 16,000 for 3-year-old fillies going 5.5 furlongs. I'll go with a 10-1 long shot here. Strong connections on the 2 Powder Coat 3-year-old filly by despite the odds. She really hasn't run a lick yet. She showed a little speed last out going a mile against maiden 25. Both of her races again have been against maiden 25. She drops to the maiden 16 here today, cutting back to 5.5 furlongs. Vargas, your leading rider, didn't really have to stay aboard this filly, but he stays aboard for the 3rd try. So I'll stick with the 2 Powder Coat here on top for strong connections at a decent price, probably.
Yeah, you've got scratches with it. The 3-2 Carrot and the 4-6 Bricks. This horse will come down. Might add her line a touch high. Yeah, trying to figure out what she really is. Belated interest after a little trouble in debut for 25. Last time out, used early through some good fractions. So find that happy medium, and this might be the case, this little drop and a run from mid-pack. I'll stay with the 1 Cherokee Fire, like this filly last time, the Frisian Fire, going 4th off the claim for Souter. I think she's just poised. Right now, that last race wasn't bad at all for 25. She drops down a notch. I think we'll be sent hard from the inside. I think she can go ahead and clear this field and take them wire to wire. The 5 scares me. The first are for Gary Cap. By Majestic Warrior, 17% the runners are on an off-track. I was projecting a little bit earlier if we're going to get some moisture in this racetrack. I think we will. Mare was unraced. Lone Sib, 3 for 16, did run 2nd first time out. That's all about the breeding of the 5, Rockin' Ruth.
All right, that's it. We're out of time. Okay. We have a special moment of silence coming up here at 12:35. Dave Rodman will have a nice message about Jose Luis Flores. Man, we lost him too early, 57 years old. He rode here last Saturday in the Harrison E. Johnson. He was 3rd aboard Discreet Lover last Saturday. Bad riding accident at Parks on Monday. He passed away yesterday. Winner of over 4,600 races. He won greatest stakes races, 57 years old. We lost him too soon. Just our thoughts and prayers to Jose Luis Flores, all his family and friends up there in Pennsylvania and all over the place.
You and I, we kind of grew up really watching him. I mean, he's 6 years older than me, not too much older than you, and he was around a long time through my racing career and watched him. Good rider. Turf Dirt, short, long, didn't matter stakes, and he rode hard for everybody. I know he rode a ton of winners for Lake up there at Penn and Parks, and just, the unfortunate part of this game, that what these jockeys have to go through day in, day out. Exercise riders in the morning.
Right.
It's a risky proposition. They do it because they love it, And he was a consummate professional, no doubt about it.
All right, looks like we have a big group heading down to the winner's circle right now, so we'll let you go. Dave Robin, he'll be on at some point to give you today's scratches and changes, but a special moment of silence coming up at 12:35 for jockey Jose Luis Flores.